Bless him through his son, Yahweh. We give honor and glory to our Maker for this class, for this grace, for this opportunity, for this allowance to be able to come to the nation of Israel with a class for tonight. This is my too legit to quit Thursday class. Tuesday, Shalaki. I done switched from Thursday and I'm still talking about Thursday. This is my too legit to quit Tuesdays. So I'm just happy to be able to come to the brews, to the brothers and sisters, to give an edifying lesson. I pray that the Most High God speak to us today, that we may give some understanding words to the nation of Israel. I pray every brother and sister are in the spirit, getting ready for a day of atonement, getting ready for a tabernacle, feast of tabernacle. These things coming right around the corner, going into the 7th month. Dine-In is a heavy month for the children of Israel. So we just want to make sure that we're in the right spirit. Shalom, Brother Moses, the messenger. How you doing, bro? We just go get a little time spent before the brothers and sisters come online. We'll wait a few minutes before, see if we can get a couple more people online. Again, I'll pray this to the Most High God for this opportunity to be seen amongst the nation, to be able to give a lesson. Shalom, Hosea, how you doing, bro? How y'all doing out there? I hope y'all doing well, man. Like I said, I hope brothers and sisters getting in the spirit done Israel. How you doing, bro? Shalom. Brother Yalmir, all praises, brother. I don't know if I've seen you before, but that's a good name, Yalmir. Shalom, Mak. Shalom to all of Israel, man, whether you're a battle axe or not, man. Mighty shalom to brothers that's out here pushing this truth, that's out here being a true light to the world, a true light to the Gentile sisters, for being humble, submissive teachers of good things, teachers at home, teachers according to the way that the Bible dictates their teaching, which is to the younger women and to the children. Shalom to you, brothers and sisters. Corey Thomas, shalom. How y'all doing, man? Today's class will be called a Watchman's Call to Battle. A Watchman's Call to Battle. It's been a few spirits ramping up in Israel, man. Along with the spirits, we also have a lot of prophecies of the Bible that are really coming to fruition and showing themselves. Although they may not be here as we speak, they are definitely coming. So right now, like I said, we're in the 7th month. We just had our memorial blowing the trumpets last week. Shalom, done Israel. Now we're leading up until the Day of Atonement this Thursday evening at Eve, and we will be off the Atonement Friday evening at Eve. But then we'll be jumping into our 7-day Sabbath. So it's basically a double Sabbath for Israel, for the battle axes. So if you follow our calendar, Thursday night at sundown, shalom, Sister Hannah, how you doing out there? Shalom to you and your family. How's my junior doing? I hope he's doing well. We've been throwing up them prayers for Ak. We pray that he's doing well, that he's doing better. That's what we have to do. I always say this, man. We got to throw up prayers for the nation of Israel. You never know who might need a prayer, man. You pray for Israel as a whole, as a nation, right? Like we said, though. So Thursday night at even, when the sun goes down, shalom, Princess Nikki, shalom. Thursday at eve, when the sun goes down, we will start our Day of Atonement. Our atonement will end Friday evening when the sun goes down. When the Friday evening, when the sun goes down at eve, we'll start our 7-day Sabbath. So we're going from the Day of Atonement to our 7-day Sabbath. All praises, sister. All praises. That's all we can do. Trust in the Lord. He make no mistakes. So just stay prayed up. Just stay strong in the spirit of the Lord. What the Bible tells us, man, a lot of people err because they don't know the power of God, man. They don't know our Lord's power, man. We are dealing with a mastermind, man. Sometimes we seem to forget that. We are dealing with a mastermind God. This is a God that created the heavens and the earth, man. A God that created the sun, the moon, the stars, to make the axis of the world rotate, man. To be approximate at the certain angle or distance from the sun that we won't burn up and we won't be too cold. This is a mastermind, man. So we got to make sure that we understand his ways, his will, right? Like I said, we just go wait for a few more brothers and sisters to get in. Shalaki, I'm always got something in my mouth, in my throat. Israel, I don't know, man. Forgive me. But again, today's class is um, a watchman's call to battle. Like I said, we'll be touching on prophecies and things that are unlocking and unfolding in our homeland, Israel, right now, with those fake bastards and Shalaki for the word, those yarmulke slaps and hats, um, and just get ourselves ready, man, because a battle is coming to this land, and we know that war is good for what it's intended for, right? Every time the children of Israel were able to come out of a captivity, it was because of war. Every time we were put in captivity, it was because of war. So we want to make sure that we are war tested, that we are battle ready for the day of Armageddon is coming, man. It's soon to come, man. Like we say, the Lord gave us understanding of the times around the certain times. And we see, the world being in so much wickedness and folly, seeing at all time high. We know that we are in the last days, right? Um, let's go to Jeremiah. Let's start the class. Shalom, family. Shalom, every brother and sister represented, Sister Younger. Pluto 2020. Gadite Princess Coco. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Glad to see all my family in here today. Let's start with Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 17. A watchman's call to battle. Jeremiah chapter 6, and we'll start at verse 17. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 17. That's right, all praise is called watch and pray. That's what the Most High God told us. Jeremiah 6 and 17. Also, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. So the Most High God has always set up watchmen. Back in the time before we had kings set up above us, we had seers, right? Samuel, right? Going to our seers. You had to inquire of the Lord. You wanted to go to the seers. These are also known as watchmen today, known as your prophets, right? Known as your leaders, your kings today, right? So the Most High God said he set up watchmen, right, over you. This is the order that the Most High God has set. A lot of our people, they be out of order right here because they don't want nobody to be over them, right? The Most High God puts us in order because guess what? When Lord willing, if we make it to the kingdom, guess who gonna be over us? Hamashaki. If you can't have nobody over you right now, then you definitely ain't gonna be able to have the King of Kings over you, man. Shalaki, this is why the Most High God sets this thing up like this, man. This is what Judges 5 and 11 is all about. We are rehearsing these righteous acts. So when the time comes, when game time surely comes, and it will surely come, that we are ready for it, man. Right? He said, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. We are your watchmen, man. Right? Your leaders of the congregations, your Naquams and your priests of Box and your Bishop Nathaniels and your leaders of these congregations, man. They are your watchmen, man. You have to get up under a watchman and be led by the Spirit, because the watchmen, Lord willing, are using them to be a sound of a trumpet, to be in the battle, to give us understanding that a battle is coming, right? Again, also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. And this is a lot of things wrong with our people from the jump. Not that they don't even want to keep the commandments. They don't want nobody to be over them. They don't want to be held accountable for their actions, right? They don't want nobody to be able to tell them when they're wrong, when they're right. They want to just go through life just messing up. Don't care. And guess what? Our people are doing that every day. They don't want to hearken. They don't want to hearken to the sound. The trumpet is blowing. The Israelites out here every day on the street corners. We out there every Sabbath teaching the word of God. Some brothers go out there on Fridays. Some camps go out there throughout the week. Right? We are out there every day that the Most High God gives us opportunity to be sent out there, because we are in the same captivity as our fellow brothers and sisters, but we also try to find time to put the word in. And the Most High God said, you got to hearken to these watchmen that he set up over us, man. Right? We got to make sure that we are in the right spirit in this thing, because you can get out the spirit and won't be able to be led by your watchmen and your true leaders, right? Verse 18, therefore hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. So as a congregation of Israel, we got to be able to hear the sound of the trumpet, to be able to hear the instructions of your leaders, of your watchmen, of your seers, right? Verse 19, hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words. And that's what's going on. I talked to a brother the other day. I met him at the store, and he saw my fringes on. And that's, I'm gonna tell you, man, you gotta wear these fringes, Israel. You have to. How else is a brother gonna be able to have a conversation or dialogue with you unless we see the fringes, we see our holy garments, unless we see our brothers and sisters that are coming out of the world? He wouldn't have known I was an Israelite. Everybody wearing beards right now. They talking about beard gang. He wouldn't know I was an Israelite, but he saw my fringes on my jersey. I just got through playing basketball. He saw my fringes on my jersey. He said, hey, man, I ain't never seen the fringes on the jersey. I said, oh, yeah, bro. Shalom. Shalom, how you doing? I said, oh, yeah, bro, how you doing? We started talking right there. We wouldn't have had that conversation if he wouldn't have seen the fringes. First thing I asked him, where yours at, Op? Come on, baby, get them fringes. He said, man, look, I know I'm trying to get right with the woo. You know, we had a good conversation, man. But he wouldn't have not known I was an Israelite if I just had on the jersey with no fringes on, man. That's why it's so pivotal that we keep the commandments, that we understand, because the Lord said he gonna put evil upon the fruit of our thoughts, man. Right? A lot of people don't even want to put on fringes. Oh, they ain't gotta wear fringes. You ain't gotta wear fringes until you go to camp. No, man. We need to be able to be seen of our brothers and sisters, man. Shalom, Abraham Kinsman. How you doing? Verse 19 again. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened to my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. So our thoughts are not going to be fruitful because we hearken not into the law of the Most High God, man. Everything results back to the laws of the Most High God. I wore fringes on my suit today. Oh, praises. If I give me a suit, guess what? I'm going to put fringes on that thing too, man. I ain't wore a suit in a long time, but you best believe if I have a suit, I'm either my shirt, my button-up shirt going to have fringes on, and my shirt going to be outside. I'm not tucking them in. I'm not playing no game. We fringes swinging and banging in the wind, man. Right? All praises for those precepts, Ox. Y'all make sure y'all look at those precepts. These are great precepts that brothers put in there, Brother Moses. Sirach 19 and 29. A man might be known by his look. That's a great precept, Brother Ezra, 2 Ezra 3 and 20. And yet tookest thou not away from them a wicked heart. So we want that wicked heart to be taken away from us. But in order to do that, we got to listen to the sound of the watchman. We got to listen to the trumpet. We got to listen to those leaders, those watchmen. Right? You got to be able to be taught, man. Right? Numbers 15 and 38, the all-time favorite, man. Forever. It's a statute forever for the children of Israel, right? Jeremiah 6 and 20. To what purpose cometh there to me? I don't want 20. I don't want 20. So Jeremiah 6 and 17 through 19 lets us know that we have to be in order, right? With the brothers and sisters, with a leader, with leaders, man. We always had leaders in our nation, right? The Most High God always set up leaders. Moses, Joshua, right? The Lord always set up seers and leaders for us, man, right? Going even to Caleb, man, Aaron, Samuel. These were the seers and the leaders that the Most High God set up. And now he has the same order set up, but people don't want to hear. So this is a watchman's call to battle, and a watchman has to give you the right understanding of the time of battle, man, right? That's what's going on right now. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. chapter 7. So again, like I said, this is a watchman's call to battle. We know prophecies are being fulfilled. Things are going on in this kingdom that we have to make sure that we have an understanding of, man. Right? This is why the Lord tells you to go looking upon your precept upon precept. Oh yeah, fight them tickets out. Fight them tickets. All praises. I hope you got them off y'all. Right? So we want to make sure that we hearken to this trumpet, man. We got to be able to hear the trumpet, though. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7. Let's start at verse 11. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 11. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. Again, violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness, man. There's so much violence going on in this kingdom right now, man. Right? It's so much violence going on, man, outside of these walls that we are walking in, man. I'm talking about, we already know all of the stuff going on out there in Israel, man. Violence is waking up, man. Right? It's risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be wailing for them. So violence has increased, right? It said, but none of the multitude of the violent are gonna make it, man. Right? What's up, Book of Wisdom of the Truth? So none of these wicked doers or evil doers are gonna stand the leg, man, when the Lord come back, man. Right? When the Lord come back with his host of army, man, when he sent Christ back. Right? It said that none of the multitude nor any of theirs, neither shall there be wailing for them. And there ain't gonna be nobody to wail from them, because everybody gonna be, if you're not on the right side, then you're gonna get either with them, you're gonna get the issue with them, or you're gonna be able to withstand it, right? And be with the Lord. It's only two ways you can go with this thing, right? Let's go to Psalm 55 and 9. The book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 9. It says, destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it, upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. So we see wickedness in the streets on a daily, ramping up, man. On a daily basis, man. Right? Wickedness is ramping up on a daily basis. Out of warm, like no other kind. 144. It says, destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues. Right? Because at one point in time, the wicked was in complete order. Right? The wicked was in complete order. Remember, Psalms 83 and 1 said that what? They had the same mindset. They were on one accord. Let's go get that real quick. Psalms 83. At one point in time, all these wicked doers were on one accord. Now, they're gonna be put to battle with themselves, man, with each other. Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. So a tumult is going into an angry gathering, right? But they are gathered. They were gathered, right? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel shall be no more remembered. For this is the point. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. See, this was the one consent that the wicked had. The one consent that the evildoers had. When you go into the tabernacles of Edom in verse 6, the Ishmaelites, Moab, when you go into Gebal and Ammon and Amalek and the Philistines and Tyre and the children of Lot, they had one common goal, is that they were confederate against the Lord for choosing the children of Israel as his people, right? But now when we go back to Psalms 55 and 9, it says, destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Now they are going into a division, right? At first, it was all fun and games when everybody was against the children of Israel, the nation of Israel. But now they're going against themselves now, right? They're tired of seeing America take over, being the front runner now, right? It was all fun and games at first. But now America's trying to take over and be big top dog, and now the other nations are not liking that, man. Geopolitical and Ammon, Ashur, right? The children of Moab, the children of Lot. Now they are going to what? Divide themselves. They still wicked, but now wicked is being divided. This is what's going to make Armageddon to come to fruition. This is how we know that the Bible is precept upon precept, that this is indeed a true book, because we see wickedness now dividing, right? They had consent, and they had consulted on one consent at first. They were all wicked and confederate against us. But now wickedness is dividing. Right now, Moab, the children of Moab, Ammon and Ammon, the so-called Japanese and Chinese, they don't deal with America no more. You see how the money, the value of a dollar, they have dropped the currency. A lot of these nations have dropped the currency of the dollar, man. They don't even use the dollar anymore. It's like, let me see that. Israel. So they, a lot of these wicked doers have dropped the money. They are now being wicked against each other, right? Shalom, Brother Mitchell Marshall. So we see that the Lord in verse 9, Psalm says, "Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues. For I've seen violence and strife in the city." They are being divided into wickedness. Shalom, Soldier Dunn. How you doing now? So now wickedness is being divided. At first, everybody had one consent of wickedness. Like I said, everybody was going against the children of Israel. Now this wickedness is being broke up. Now you got wicked doers on this side of the east and against wicked doers of this side of the north and the south and the west, right? So this is what we're going into today, man. That you have to hear a watchman's call, man. Because we're trying to get brothers and sisters in the right spirit for battle, man. Battle is coming. You're going to have to choose a side, right? You're going to have to be on the right side in order to what? Receive the blessings of Psalms chapter 91 is what? Arrows flying by you. You only seeing it. You're not being touched, right? All praises, those good precepts, man. So let's read that again. Psalm 55 and 9, "Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues. For I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it, upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow in the midst of it." So there's number of mischief and sorrow in the midst of this wickedness right now, man. Number of mischief going on. How big they can have this tank. How big, how long, how far this missile can be shot. Number of mischief. They're not worried about nothing else right now but nukes, man. I'm going to tell y'all. These other nations are not worried about none but having the same or more capacity of weaponry and weaponry than America, man. Because the battle is going to come, man. Right? It's going to come. It's going to happen. Habakkuk said it. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it's definitely going to come. Right? I'll praise it for that precept, Brother Ezra. That's Psalm 91 and 5. That's right. I just posted that. "Moreover, as for me, God forbid that I should sin against thee." That's a good precept, Brother Abraham. So we see that mischief is going at an all-time high. Let's go back to Ezekiel chapter 7. In verse 11. So violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. Violence is risen up, man. Right? But violence ain't just toward the children of Israel no more. See, that's the thing about it. It ain't just violence towards us now. I'm going to tell you, the main people that's against us now is what? Damn Esau, man. But you getting violence showing up their faces around everybody, and they want to go against Esau now, right? They still confederate against us. Don't get it twisted. But now that violence is breaking off, man. Ezekiel 7 and 12. "The time has come. The day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller. Mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude therein." Verse 12 is the heavy precept. It said, let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. Because at one point, when we get into verse 12, we're talking about the heathen nations, right? You know, we were the buyers, but in this instance, the buyers and sellers were what? The other nations being on one accord. It's like having a so-called Asian man come over here, giving him all these reparations for him to get him a beauty salon started, a beauty shop, a hair store started. The Africans come over here. They get all these reparations and money. You get Assyria, the Assyrians. You get Arabians coming over here with getting stores and things of that nature. This is what this is going into. It's saying that let not the buyer rejoice nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Right? It was cool. Like I said, it was cool at first when everybody was Confederate and they had one consent that they were Confederate against us. But now it done switched and changed. Now they being Confederate against each other now, right? And most of the people are Confederate against America, man. Right? So again, verse 12, the time has come, the day draweth near, let not the buyer rejoice nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Let's go to Isaiah 24 right quick. Let's start at verse 1. We'll just start at verse 1. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. So everything has been turned upside down. Now we see these things coming. These are going into the last days. Everything turned upside down, man. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with his mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. So the things are going to be going upside down, man. You got the seller and the buyer that were once on one accord, now falling out of themselves, man, right? All right, you got the master at one point, which was going into America. Now they don't want to. Now the other nations don't want to be don't want to be the student anymore. Everybody wants to be the master now, man. And this is what the Lord is going to do for us in the last days for the children of Israel. He's going to raise this wickedness upon them for each other, because they're gonna die in their own what's the word I'm looking for? Their own pride, basically. They're going to die in their own pride, right? Again, verse 2, and it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. So everything is being turned upside down. The one accord that they were once on, it's all crumbling. It's all falling apart, man. You good, Doc Salomon, Brother Lamar? How you doing? Come on, man. You know you good, man. That's a great precept, Doc. That Nahum 1:3-1, we gonna definitely get to that, man. Right? Because the city is full of violence, man. Verse 11 is exactly what you can precept Nahum 3:1 with verse 11. I'm gonna pull it a little later in verse 23, because we're gonna go down a little bit. But let's continue Ezekiel 7:13. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. So see that? So the seller is not going to return to that which was sold. The agreement that they had once is now gone, right? The seller is not going to keep going into that which is sold now, right? I'm not going to keep on selling you these things. America's not going to sell China and them, give them the information on how to have the best nuclear warfare. No, they're not going to do that now. At one point, it was all good. But now, no. You're getting pride amongst pride, and they're going to jump together, and they're going to end up crumbling themselves. Verse 13, for the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return. Neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. So you see how things are coming to play. Like we said, America's not going to give the other heathens the understanding that they once gave them. We're not going to give you what we know about our weaponry to make you have better weaponry than us now. No, and it's because of their pride. These things this is what's gonna put the heathens into battle against each other, man. All right, let's go to Ezekiel 7:14. Let's keep reading down. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready. The trumpet is being blown by the heathen. I don't know if y'all know it, but they have been blown the trumpet. When they dropped the value of that dollar, when they dropped that money, that when they said we're not using that currency anymore, oh, you know, America ain't happy about that at all, right? When they out here testing nucleus and you hear rumors of wars and they're doing this and they're testing this nuclear out and what's going on right now over there in Israel, they have blown the trumpet, right? We got to be able to understand that. They have blown the trumpet even to make already, because think about it. This world, when you're dealing with battle, you're always dealing with what? Allies. Even when the children of Israel, even when we are in captivity, we still made allies with certain of our enemies, right? Because one thing our enemy knew, they knew that we were the strongest people. So our enemies used to try to make allies with us. Hey, you make an ally with us so that we can go kill everybody else, and we gonna not put the same reparations on you. We'll let you keep your Sabbath days now. We'll let you keep your feast days now, but you make an alliance with us. So this is why they have blown the trumpet to make already, because everybody is dealing with allies. Who is Israel's ally? Anybody in the chat know who Israel's main ally is? Somebody in the chat. Who is Israel's biggest ally? Somebody show me. Yeah, don't. Yeah, I mean, y'all can touch. I see brother in the chat. Well, we trying to get this class done with. But who is Israel's biggest ally? Do anybody know Israel's biggest ally? That's right, brother Moses. All praises. America is Israel's biggest ally. Now over there in the Middle East, that's right, brother Lamar. Now over there in the Middle East, you have Iran and Israel into it right now, right? You have the Middle East and pretty much all into it. So who are some of the allies of Iran in them? You have what? Russia. You have China. These are all allies. This is how you know that the prophecy of the Bible is going to come to fruition, because Israel is going to have to get help sooner or later. They are surrounded by allies of Iran, right? They are surrounded by the allies of Iran, which, you know, on the children of the East going into what? As far as East as you get Russia, and then you're going into China, right? They are allies with Iran, but Israel's ally is America. So sooner or later, if they keep bombing and doing things over there in Israel, America's going to have to step up eventually, right? Now we know. That's right. That's right. Official himself, European, Europe, and mixed Arab. That's right. It's all a mixed multitude over there in the Middle East, man. And we're going to touch on that too, right? So this is how you know that in verse 14, they have blown the trumpet even to make all ready. Everybody better get ready, right? When they start sending missiles into Israel and they start bombing these things, America go out to get ready because that's their ally. When Iran do these things, Russia and China better make sure they get ready because that's their ally. You see this? They have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none go into the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Well, guess what? It's not going to be battling until the Lord pushes that battle out there, right? 15, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within, right? So the sword is going to be without. We know the sword going into what? Psalms 17 and 13? Which is going into the heathen, Esau. It said the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. This is going into what? Let's go to Proverbs 11 and 21. It says, he that is in the field shall die with the sword. Let's go to Proverbs 11 and 21. The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So though hand join in hand, right? The Most High said that you go still get your issue. If you want to be that, and I wanted to talk about that because you have a lot of our young brothers and sisters, Israelites, that are joining this army, man. Right, that are signing for these 4 and 8 years and oh yeah, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna do these 4 years. I'm gonna do these 8 years, and I'm gonna be taken care of for the rest of my life. Hey man, you better be able to pick a side, because when you join that army of America, man, hey, you gonna be the first one they call for battle, right? So you better make sure, because if you fighting for America, then that means you're not fighting for the Most High God. Because the children of Israel, we say, well, raise it, man. We say death and destruction to this kingdom, man. We say death and destruction to this land, because it's gonna have to be. The Bible predicts this, man. Right? The Bible lets us know that the America shall be desolate and destroyed, just like every other great nation was destroyed, man. Right? So though hand join in hand, right? You can join the American army all you want to. Think you're doing good by it, but in fact, man, it's not good, man. Right? I push for all my brothers and sisters that have children to not let them join into these armies and navies and things of that nature, man. Right? Let's go back to Ezekiel 7 and 15. It says, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. So you want to be in the field with them, you're going to die with that sword, man. Right? And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So you ain't got no choice but either being on the Lord's side or being on wickedness side. It's either or. Because even if you don't go to battle and you're still not keeping these commandments, you're still going to have to pay the price. That's what verse 15 is saying. Verse 16. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountain like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. So, but the ones that are going to escape are going to be who? Those that are coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. So go to Ezekiel. Hold your precept. Let's go to Ezekiel 33. And let's start at verse 1. Yeah, the scoffers in the chat, man. We see them, man. I don't know who this Cadabro is, but man, we got a lot we dealing with right now, man. Like we say, y'all can get them scoffers if y'all want to, man. I'm gonna finish this class so I hope brothers and sisters pay attention. We really gonna get them out of here, man. Because we're not finna keep playing the game. I want brothers and sisters to get this class. But yeah, man. Cadabro, we not even dealing with that right now, man. Yeah, go on and get them out of here. Huh? Go on and get them out of here. All right. Cadabro, we gonna holler at you, brother. Go to somebody Christian class. All right. Somebody go on and buy Felicia them out. Oh yeah, we gonna stay in the spirit, huh? We good. You see Jerubbaal got him, shoot. Buy Felicia his ass, man. All right. We done went over that countless and numerous times. And we got time for them. But right now, I want brothers and sisters to stay locked in on the class, man, right? Because like I said, this is a watchman's call to battle. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 33, and let's start at verse 1. Appreciate it, Capt, man. Shoot, get on out of here, man. I appreciate every one of y'all, man. Y'all gave them good precepts, Ox. But, we got to have kind of like understanding on what we're trying to do right now. We got a lot that we got going right now. I want brothers and sisters to stay in tune with the class. We really gonna try to push for brothers and sisters to be able to ask questions on that nature in Benaniyah's Sunday class. But if we have time, we can definitely touch it. But I'm already jumped off in the class, right? So Ezekiel 33, and let's start at verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. This is what this class is about. We are blowing the trumpet and warning our brothers and sisters to get in the spirit, man, because the Lord, we don't know when the Lord is going to send these arrows by day and night, man. But we know that we are coming into the last days. We pray that the Most High God sends us another atonement to atone for, that we have opportunity to keep the tabernacles, to be able to keep trying to have these rehearsals of righteous acts. But hey, we don't know, man. All right. So, we got Israel that say raise it, but at the same time, you want to have that space of repentance and mercy and grace so that you can get right. Ask brother and sister this question right now. Think about it. If the Lord was to send them on those missiles by day and night right now, if the Lord was to send Christ right now, would you be ready? Would your works and your acts line up to the kingdom? Right? Would you get everlasting salvation right now? Would you be ready? That's something to think about, man. That's why we got to make sure that we get ready, man, right? Ezekiel chapter 33, and let's start at verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him for their watchman. So we have been set up for the watchmen of Israel, man. Right? Your battle axe leaders, your WFI leaders, your Sakari leaders, your Sons of Thunder leaders, they have been set up as your leaders and your watchmen, man. Verse 3, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. That's what this is. This is a warning for the people. Verse 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So you got to make sure that you take this warning, Israel. You got to make sure you take this sign of warning for the nation and understand exactly what we're going into, man, right? Let's go back to Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 17. Ezekiel 7 and 17. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon their heads. Right? So we see that the Most High God is going to be able to deliver those that escape from this iniquity by keeping the commandments of the Most High God. Right? Like we said, Psalm chapter 91, verse 5. Right? The arrows will fly by, you only see it and won't be touched by it. But we want to make sure that we sound to the heart and that we understand and listen to the sound of the trumpet by the watchman, right? Shalom, Sister Genesis, how you doing? Let's jump over to verse 23. Let's stay in Ezekiel chapter 7 and let's read verse 23. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. So like I said, you can put your Nahum 3 and 1 on verse 23. You can also put it on verse 11 if you want to, right? Woe to the bloody city, man, right? So it said, make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. So this is why America is going to have to go, because it's full of bloody crimes, man. You got our youngsters, our young children being taken at a high. They getting taken so much that it's becoming the norm, right? Oh yeah, 3 more children gone, 5 more children, 12 more, 20, 40, 60, 100 children, right? It's becoming the norm, right? Too many people not even saying nothing about it anymore, man. You see so many people putting stuff on Facebook. My son is missing my child, right? And they because it's becoming the norm. That's right. That's great precept. Amos 1 and 11. We're going to get there later. Right? So it's full of bloody crimes and the city is full of violence, man. America's going to have to pay. It's another great precept, Hosea. In Numbers 35 and 33, they're going to have to pay. And like I just said, America going to have to pay, and they're going to have to pay by what? The blood that they shed. That's a great precept. Y'all make sure y'all write that down. Y'all can put that Numbers 35 and 33 with verse 23 too. Because America's going to have to pay by the blood that they shedded, man. Right? That's right. But it's becoming the normal. Right? They just continue to take our children, taking their melanin from them, man, right? Trying to put melanin up in these so-called Edomites so that they can live longer, man. Right? They better get their butts on, man. NM Fonz, they said, what's up, fat homie? Hey, what's up, man? Somebody buy Felicia that dude. Bye, Felicia. You know what? I think I can get you. Fonzie, you want to hey, Fonzie, you funny. Funny guy, right? Funny guy. Yeah, funny guy. This ain't no funny matter, man. Right? We are here trying to give a warning to our people, man, right? So no, Ezekiel 7 and 23, make a change for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and the holy places shall be defiled. Who is the worst of the heathen, man? Do anybody know who the worst of the heathen is? Give me some understanding on that. Let's keep reading. I want to see if anybody know who the worst of the heathen is. And we go. I want to show y'all what I feel and what I think. Right? What the scriptures show me. Verse 25, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the angels. That's what our people do, man. When they get down, when they start seeing them bombs, then people go want to start seeking the prophets, man. Right? Then they go want to try to repent. But it said mischief is going to be upon mischief. What is that saying? Esau, Edom, yeah, okay. Who else? Who else? I want to hear who is the worst of the heathen, man. Right? We already know Esau is the worst for sure, right? You say Ammon? That's why I wanted to hear brothers and sisters, man, because I know me, and you say Ammonites, I'm going to tell you, I have a problem with these damn Hamites, man. They get on my damn nerves, man. Say to the terrorists, all of them, Amalek, Ham. See, I knew it. I wanted to see that. Well, let's go. Well, first of all, let's stay here. Let's read verse 26 again. I'm glad y'all put y'all understanding in there. Well, I want to show y'all what I see. Verse 26 again. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests and counsel of the ancients. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 47 right quick. Mischief shall come upon mischief. Because now, it used to be a point in time where mischief wouldn't be followed by mischief. It'll be, oh, okay, well, people would be in order. They would stand down. But now, mischief's going to be on top of mischief. They not playing no games. I'm going to show y'all in this instance who is the worst of the heathen. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 47 right quick, though. And we'll start at verse 7. The book of Isaiah chapter 47, verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, that thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am of none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. This is what Esau is saying right now. We know that they are part of the worst, right? But this is what Esau's problem is going to be right now. The pride. Right? This is the pride that they have. None sitteth by me. He said, I will not be a widow, right? Neither shall I know the loss of children. That's what Esau is saying. All while the time, you got Kim Jong and them over there, man, thinking of a master plan, man. Like Rakim, right? Like I think that's Rakim thinking of a master plan. I think that's him. All the time, the children of the East, Russian and these allies over there, man, they thinking of a master plan to destroy y'all butts, man. Right? Verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am of none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. So we know sorceries, enchantments, this is going into what? Witchcraft, which is ultimately going into what? Going against the laws of the Most High God, right? So Esau is going to get this, man. They're going to get the loss of children and widowhood because they are so prideful. They feel like can't nobody touch them. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. So this is what Esau is saying, man. Like you say, Esau think they got the best um, engineering and the best doctors and lawyers and understanding, and they feel like that they can't nobody touch them, man. Right? Their pride is gonna put them into shame. Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So this, when it goes back into Ezekiel 7:26, mischief shall come upon mischief, because the mischief of Esau is going to be come upon them by what? Other mischief of people, right? Other heathens, right? How they were once together, now they're going to have mischief upon mischief, right? Enemy amongst enemy now, right? How they were the buyer and the seller, now they're turning into what? Opposites, right? They're not buying and selling anymore from each other, right? They're dropping the money. They're dropping the value of a dollar. They're not even using their currency anymore. Let's go back to Ezekiel 7:26. So it said, mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests, and counsel from the ancients. The king shall mourn, and the princes shall be clothed with desolation, and the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. I will do unto them after their way, and according to their deserts will I judge them, and they shall know that I am the Lord. So the Lord said, I'm going to do according to their way. Their way is what? Violence. Their way is what? Wickedness, deceit, lies, and the same way that they get over on us is the same way the Most High God going to have these heathen nations come upon them. All right? So, let's go to second Esdras. Because I asked a question, I said, who do y'all think in verse 24 of Ezekiel, it said, wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. So I seen a lot of people, Amalek said Ham, Ashur, a lot of people said the Arabs. I'm finna show y'all what we're going into right now. What's happening right now, actually. Second Esdras 15, and let's start at 29. Second Esdras 15 and 29. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Right? So it said that, so we're getting into the Ishmaelites right now, right? It says, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia, right? It's going into the Ishmaelites, man, Arabians, man, the Arabs, right? Shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. It said that all that hear them may fear and tremble, right? This is going into the worst of the heathen, right? Watch this. Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. Now we know the Carmanians are going into Iran, right? So we see the Ishmaelites, Saudi Arabians, and Iran, right? These are the people that are coming together right now over in the Middle East, right? Now they all are so-called Muslims, right? They all have the same faith, but they're not the same people, right? You have the Saudi Arabians over there, and you also have Iran, Saudi Arabians, Ishmael, Iran going into what? Elam, right? You have differences of these people, man, right? But verse 30, also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Now, the land of the Syria is going into that whole area of the Middle East, right? So the whole, that land of Assyria is going to the Middle East. It said, and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Because that whole area, man, that's a terrible area, man. Think about it, from the north to the south to the east of Israel, man. You got what, like I said, you got Russia to the east, you got China to the east, you got Yemen down there on the south, man. You have uh, a lot of other Middle Eastern areas over there, like I said, with Iran and Saudi Arabia, that are all Muslims, but they are all coming to join forces as one. Why are they? Why do I feel like they are the worst of the heathen? Let's keep reading. Verse 31. And then shall the dragons of Arabia, like it said in verse 29, right? Then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. What is the Arabians' nature? What is Ishmael's nature? What is their nature? Remembering their nature. Where are we going? Where are we going? Huh? Where are we going? Let's go to Genesis. Chapter 16. Let's see. It said they're going to remember their nature. These are weird, wicked, Ali Akbar people by nature. The official himself, we really Arabs. Hey, man. Say, man, we not no damn Arabs, official himself. I don't know what you talking about. That's right. All praises, brothers and sisters. No, hey, don't even pay him no mind. We not no damn Arabs, man. We know that for sure, man. Right? Ain't no way in hell we no damn Arabs, man. Genesis 16 and 11. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction. Here's the point. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. This is the worst of the heathen when you look at what's going on right now, man, right? You see the Arabs joining forces with each other to go against Israel, man. All these heathen nations over there that don't mess with Israel, man, that are surrounded. Israel is surrounded by wild men. Right? You have Ishmael and the Saudi Arabians all over there, man. And it said they're going to remember their nature. They're doing it right now. Hell, Iran don't give a damn about bombing Israel. They remembering their nature. They remembering that they wild. They the wildest men. The Lord said it in Genesis. It said they hand going to be against everybody, and everybody hand going to be against them. This is the Lord making them durst to fight, man, right? Let's go back to 2 Edges 15 and 31. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand. This is the worst of the heathen at this point in time right here, right? Remembering their nature, remembering that they are wild men from the birth. They the ones that Ali Akbar anybody, anywhere, right? And if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in great power to persecute them. So they're going to conspire together to persecute America and America's allies, man, right? Verse 32, then these shall be troubled and keep silent through their power and shall flee, right? And from the land of Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. So now we get into what the Lord drawing up the Euphrates River, right? And like I said, the land of Assyrians is going into that whole half of the Middle East, right? It says, and from the land of Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them. This is where you're gonna get your Armageddon, right? You're gonna get your fight, man, your battle, man, which we know the Euphrates is drying up as we speak, right? Behold, verse 34, behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. So clouds have many different definitions, but what is the clouds going into in this instance, right? Let's go to Psalm 97 and 2. It says, behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south. Like we said, Israel is surrounded by that whole That whole Ali Akbar land, that whole Middle East is going into what Saudis or the Saudis Arabians, going into what Ishmael, going into what the Arabians, man, the Arabs. They're surrounded, man. The clouds of the east going into what? Like we said, we've been talking about it all day. Russia and China, right? The clouds, the east and from the north, right? Going up north, right? Like we said, going into Iran, right? And the host of fear dread. I mean, Shalaki, and into the south. Because I'm gonna tell you, down there in Yemen and places, and even going into the western coast of Africa, going into what, like the Sudanese, man. Those people all are going into what they are all so-called Muslims in the faith, but like I said, they are different people, but they're coming together with one consent, right? But it said the clouds. Let's see about these clouds. Let's go to Psalm chapter 97. See what kind of clouds these are. Psalm chapter 97, let's start at verse 2. Clouds and darkness are round about him. Righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his throne. A fire goes before him and burneth up his enemies round about. His lightnings enlighten the world. The earth saw and trembled. So this cloud is going into what? Destruction. Now we know this is talking about the Lord's cloud. But we even showing darkness of the clouds when we look at second Esdras. The clouds of the Middle East are going into what? It's other destruction or destructive powers. It's other destructive allies, right? It said clouds and darkness around about him, right? These are going into what? Their allies with more destruction than even they have themselves, or capability that they have themselves, right? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 30. Ezekiel chapter 30, let's start at verse 1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus said the Lord God, how ye, woe, worth the day, for the day is near, even the day of the Lord is near, a cloudy day. And we know the day of the Lord is going to be a cloudy, destructive, dark day, man. Right? So when we go back to 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 34, behold, clouds from the east. That's going to be the extra destruction that they're going to have, their allies, right? And it said they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm, right? They're going to be very horrible to look upon, man. They're going to have great strength and power within their allies, man, with Russia and with China, man, right? With Yemen and southern and western parts of Africa, man, right? They shall smite one up, verse 35, they shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star. Say, man, scriptures are definitely proven, man. It said they're going to smite even their own star, man, right? If that's the spirit I'm going to pray for you. I don't know what these people talking about, man. We got scoffers on here like a mud, man. Right? Christopher Rodriguez. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. We're not dealing with no Christianity tonight, man. All right? We're not dealing with no Christianity tonight, man. Y'all not going to hearken to this trumpet. Y'all don't hear the sound of the trumpet, man. Verse 35 again, 2nd Esdras 15 and 35. Yeah, he tripping. Don't worry about it. We almost done with this class, man. Verse 35, 2nd Esdras 15 and 35. They shall smite one upon another. So the clouds of the east and the north and the south, they're going to smite upon one another. They shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, right? Because they're going to smite down, man, Israel. They not going to play no games, man. Even their own star. And blood shall be from the sword unto the belly. So the Lord is going to make them durst to fight, like we said, man. And they go end up attacking their own selves, man. Because they are wild men. See, they joining forces right now, but they're going to be wild enough to go on and knock off each other, man. Right? They are wild men, man. And like I said, we see these things coming up in Israel right now, man. right? But we think about war and we think that it's bad, but it's actually good for us, man. Let's go to Proverbs 21 and 15. Like we said, we can't get into our rightful place until we go into war, man. Proverbs 21 and 15. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. So it's joy for us to have that war going on, man. Right? Like we said, Israel is saying what? Raise it, raise it. Because one thing we know about the joy that we get up out of it is that it's prophecy. It's Bible prophecy. That's the joy that we have about the judgment that's coming out right now in Israel, man. But destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. But they're gonna inevitably, ultimately, at the end of the day, their end game is gonna be destruction for themselves, man. Right? Let's go to Luke 24 and 21. So we gotta be happy that we have Christ, right, as our Redeemer, man. We shouldn't even be worried about what we should be is worried about the trumpet and have understanding of what we should be doing. Right? We should be getting ready to put our lives on the line with these laws, man. Right? Because we know that we give a sacrifice now of our lives, man, keeping these laws. Luke 24 and 21. Luke 24 and 21. But we trusted that it had been he which should have redeemed Israel. And besides all this, today is the third day since these things were done. But I wanted that first part. But we trusted that it had been he which should have redeemed Israel. Who is the he? That he is Christ, man. The he that we're talking about that's going to redeem Israel is Christ. That we trust in that, man, right? We trust that the Lord is going to send Christ to get us out of this situation. We know that the Arabs are wild, man. We know that they're going to produce some great wars and things around this time. We see what the scriptures say. But we're going to trust that the Lord is going to send Christ to what? Redeem us out of this affliction, man, out of these wars, man, right? Um, let's go jump over to verse 44. Luke 24 and 44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I have spoken to you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. Then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures. So this is what we're trying to do. This is why we have a call from the watchman to battle, to be watching for the battle that is occurring in the Middle East. Is that the Lord will have us open our understanding, man, that we might more understand the scriptures and understand prophecy that is fulfilling out of itself, man. Right? Um, let's jump on. I want to read verse 27. Well, let's start at 25 too. I just want to read this right quick and see if y'all see this. Luke 24 and 25. Then he said unto them, O fools and slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken, ought not Christ to have suffered these things and to enter into his glory? So this is Christ asking, damn, y'all, because when they going into 13 on down, they're talking about Christ and the things that he had to go through, right? And the rumors that they heard about him, that him dying and resurrecting. So verse 26, he said, ought not Christ to have suffered these things and to enter into his glory? Verse 27 is what I want. And beginning at Moses and all the prophets, he expounded unto them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself. What does that show you? Christ showed them from the beginning at Moses. This is a precept to show you that Christ is definitely in the Old Testament. He said, and beginning at Moses and all the prophets, the Torah and the Tanakh, he expounded unto them in all the scriptures the things concerning him. the things concerning him, starting at Moses and the prophets. This is a great cut to show you that Christ is definitely in the Old Testament, man, right? Let's get this last precept. Let's go to Job chapter 5, verse 2. I just wanted to see this, see if y'all saw that, man. Let's start at verse 1. Job chapter 5, verse 1. Call now, if there be any that will answer thee, and to which of the saints wilt thou turn? So we're making a call, Israel, right? Which one of y'all go hear this message and turn, man, right? Yeah, it gotta be this last. I gotta go to work, Bruce. For verse 2, for wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. Verse 4, his children are far from safety, and they are crushed in the gate, neither is there any to deliver them. Whose harvest the hungry eateth up, and taketh it even out of the thorns, and the robbers swallow up their substance. So we see that the robbers are going to swallow up our substance, man. The robbers are going to what? The heathen nations, man. Esau is trying to swallow up your substance with showing you everything else. He want to show you the powers, the ghosts. He want to show you all these shows and everything else, but they don't want to talk about what's going on over there. They don't show you the real news. That's one thing. Donald Trump. It's a lot of fake news, and they won't show you the real stuff. They won't show you the real bombs and missiles going off over there in Israel, man. They don't want you to see that. So they trying to rob you with undeniable things, man. They're trying to rob you with lies, man. Right? That's why Nahum 3:1. The bloody city is full of lies, man. They're not showing you what's really going on over there. It takes for the watchman to come and make a call to battle so we can show our brothers and sisters exactly what's going on. And according to the scriptures, man. Right? All praise to the Most High God for this lesson. I pray brothers and sisters got some edification. Appreciate you brothers in there online, man, that was getting at them scoffers, man. I appreciate all the precepts that brothers and sisters put in this thing, man. Guess what? Hey, we're a nation, man. Iron go sharpen iron. We together, man. Right? I appreciate all y'all brothers and sisters for tuning in, trying to come out of these ways of the world, man. We always say keep the laws of the Most High God. So we always give a law before we end. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, and we'll start at verse 26. Deuteronomy 11 and 26. This will be the law for the night. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day. And a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside out of the way, which I command you this day, to go after other gods which you have not known. So it's blessings and curses. Like I said, in this instance, we want to choose a side, Israel. Are you going to choose to keep the commandments of the Lord, or are you going to want to join hand in hand with the enemy and keep listening to this fake news and keep going into what they want to do, keep keeping these holidays, these wicked holidays, or you going to come back to the commandments of the Most High God, man? All praises to the Most High God. I pray brothers and sisters have a great week. Day of Atonement, Thursday evening. If you follow the Battle Axes calendar, we will be atoning starting at Thursday Eve. As soon as the sun go down Thursday, our atonement starts. That means we will fast for 24 hours. We won't touch nothing in our mouths. We won't drink anything or eat anything, man. Yes, Karen Smith, Easter and Christmas is very evil, man. Yes, Pluto 20, we will definitely have a class. We'll be doing a class all day for Day of Atonement. So brothers and sisters, if y'all can get off, make sure y'all tune in online. We'll be having a class all day. That's right, Abraham. Duh. Easter, Thanksgiving, y'all finna celebrate Thanksgiving. How are they evil? Because they are not of God. Christmas has nothing to do with our Savior, with Christ, man. Right? Easter has nothing to do with the Passover, with the resurrection of Christ. Why are we out there doing Easter eggs and bunny and egg hunts, talking about rabbits that don't even lay eggs? Like, it's crazy. It has nothing to do with our God, man. Thanksgiving was the slaughter of our native brothers and sisters, man. Right? Christopher Killer Columbus and them came and slaughtered our Native American people, and y'all are here eating food and celebrating that day, man. It's against the Most High God. All these holidays are against God. All praises to you, brothers and sisters, man. Get ready for your atonement. Whatever you have an issue, man, let's let them issues go. Let's make an atonement to the Father. Let's be understanding of our sins and confess them to the Lord, man. That's right. Bunnies ain't laid no eggs, man. All praise to the Most High God for this lesson, brothers and sisters. Shalom.